Every Friday, get on down to Union Park Tavern, 4520 8th Avenue, for their famous fish fry, voted best in Kenosha for the last decade.
But that's not all. Union Park Tavern serves up great food every day, including their 9 a.m. weekend brunches.
And if you enjoy live music like we do, they got you covered there as well. Live music every Friday and Saturday night.
Be sure to check out that beer garden. That's Union Park Tavern, 4520 8th Avenue. Honk honk.
Looking for a new car?
Well, stop on by CarBox, 1750 22nd Avenue.
Scott and his team will put you in the car of your dreams. They offer great vehicles for all family types.
Honk honk. They have the deals you want and need.
Visit CarBox, 1750 22nd Avenue. Honk honk.
Wow, Donnie, your hair is looking fabulous.
Thanks, I got it cut from Boda at Faded Barbershop for Men, 2227 63rd Street.
Oh, they offer many different services, including shaves, waxing, and those good old-fashioned haircuts.
Follow their Facebook page to schedule your next hair-rising experience.
That's Faded Barbershop for Men, 2227 63rd Street in Uptown Kenosha.
Long live rock and roll. You're going to want to be sticking around for this episode, as we will be rocking it with a few people from one of the newest and biggest movements in the Kenosha area. We connect with the band Lunde. Cue that music.
Hey there, Donnie. How are you today?
Hey, Jason. You know, I'm doing great as always.
How about that theme song?
I mean, that is a rockin' tune by Droppin' Daisies.
Awesome, awesome. What'd you guys think of that song? You're a musician.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Great.
Nice. Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
thank you, Droppin' Daisies, for
Great job
that.
with that.
And we are here, as always, recording at Luigi's Pizza Kitchen, located at 7531 39th Avenue. They're open Tuesday through Sunday. Give them a call at 262-694-6565. You can see their full menu and order online at luigispizzakenosha.com. And you know what I always say?
What's that?
Order those pizza pies.
That's right, Donnie. Don't forget, you can also show your support for the Ktown Connects podcast by getting your very own Ktown merchandise.
What?
Yes, through the lettering machine right there in downtown Kenosha. We got t-shirts, sweatshirts, beanies, koozies, and more. You can find a quick link for that right at ktownconnects.com.
Awesome. Also, look for the Ktown Connects podcast on Spectrum Channel 14 and the Kenosha Community Media streaming channel on the Roku box.
You mean I'm on TV?
Yes.
Holy
yes.
smokes.
You can catch the show every Wednesday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 5 p.m.
Oh, I'll be tuning in for that.
Yeah. Did you know I'm a board member on the Kenosha Community Media?
You never told me that.
Oh, I am. Yeah, that's how we got that on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Make sure you follow us on all those social media outlets, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Drop us a review on Facebook or your favorite podcast provider. Help us spread the word about the hottest podcast in town. What podcast is that?
And that's the Ktown Connects podcast.
That's right.
Also, like to give a shout out to our Patreon supporter of the week, Mr. Wings, Manny Ramirez. Thank you, Mr. Wings, for joining the after party at patreon.com/Ktown Connects. Manny, a.k.a. Mr. Wings, and all of our Patreon supporters get early access to each episode, bonus material, and the critically acclaimed bonus show. It is what it is. Plus, so much more. Subscriptions start as low as, get this, $2 a month.
Wow, $2 a month?
Yep, and
That's
guess
amazing.
what? Go to ktownconnects.com and click that Patreon button.
Yeah. You can find out what their worst job was.
Yes.
With the bonus material right now.
Yeah.
And,
well, who are we here with today?
who are we here with? We're here with Lunde. Well, we're here with Jeremiah from the band Lunde. He is the drummer. And he's here with Abby.
Hi, everybody. Welcome
Hello.
aboard to the Ktown Connects podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this is great.
All right, Jeremiah, we're going to kind of just get to know you a little bit.
Sure.
All right, so you're a young lad. And you love rock
Might
and
be our
roll.
youngest guest we've had on.
I think so. Congratulations.
Cool.
That's great.
All right.
All right. So you're about 18, 19, right?
18, yeah.
Perfect. Legal adult. Good thing you signed that waiver. Did you grow up in Kenosha?
I did, yeah.
Okay. What side of town?
I grew up in Whitecaps.
Oh, okay. Out there. The new Kenosha, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So where'd you go to, where did you end up going to school?
So I went to National Elementary.
Okay.
The newest elementary school, I think. Right?
Okay.
And then I went to Mahone and then Indian Trail.
Oh, okay.
Just graduated.
Oh, congratulations. That's
you.
good. That's good.
How was ITA?
It was a school. It was a public school, like the other ones.
Yeah.
What kind of student were you?
I was a student.
Okay.
For sure.
Troublemaker?
I never liked school, but I did go most of the time.
You buckled through,
I
right?
buckled through, and I did get my diploma, which some people were on the fence. But yeah, I made it through. It was okay.
Cool. So how'd you get involved with music? I mean, how'd you start? What are some of your early memories of music?
I think some of the earliest memories of music were my parents had one of those TV drawers. What do you call them? Where they put the
Record
TV
player?
on, whatever. They have all the
Entertainment stand?
Yeah, entertainment stand, whatever. So they had all the CDs in there, and I would be fishing through those. Not a very good selection, but it got me hooked enough where I was like, this is something. I was spending a lot of time just listening to all the CDs. So then I started going to the library, started renting their, whatever, checking out CDs.
Oh, yeah.
And then I started burning the CDs to my computer.
Yeah.
And then I started, making mixtapes and things like that.
Yeah.
Probably like the old school cassettes and whatever, but on CDs. And then once I got, an iPad and whatnot, we had that technology. Then I started going on YouTube, and that's where I watched, like the Van Halen Jump video and all the old school live stuff. And I started to really get hooked on classic rock. Also, plug for 97.1 The Drive in Chicago.
Great station.
That, one of the only like rock things that was coming through my whatever jukebox thing.
Yeah.
So you kind of just fell in love with
radio. Yeah.
You fell in love
I don't know why I'm. I would listen to The Drive, and I would be sleeping and listening to it, and I just listened to it through the night. So I think subconsciously, all the rock and roll got embedded in my brain somewhere deep in the back.
What were some of those early CDs you remember that really hit you?
I know there was a bunch of country crap that my parents had. And then I think it was, I'd get a lot of the Beatles stuff. So I really fell in love with the Beatles through the library. And then it was just, I think just a lot of classic rock, to be honest with you. It was a lot of like really basic stuff, but it, got me going and ended up spiraling into other things.
So then your parents weren't really into rock, and you kind of they were more in the country, and you're like, I like music, but I need to find something.
My parents weren't really into anything, to be honest with you.
Wow.
I mean, they had listened to music, but it wasn't really like a huge thing in our household.
Oh, okay.
But once the bug sort of got me, they were super supportive,
Very
and
nice.
they would go out of their way to, try to support that interest I had.
So when did you first decide I want to play music? Because you love listening to music, but
You're a drummer. Do you play any other instruments?
I do a little bit, but not really.
Yeah, fiddle around.
Mainly drums.
Yeah, okay.
So I've always wanted to play drums ever since I sort of got on that thing with the old school records. And I think around when I was 10 is when I convinced my parents to give me a drum set. Before that, it was pots and pans
Right.
and all that stuff. And I was probably driving them crazy, and they thought, well, I might as well just suck it up and get this kid a drum set. So, around the age of 10, I started playing drums seriously, and immediately I thought I was just the shit, and like, I was just a god on the drums.
Throughout your teenager years and you're playing the drums, who were some of the drummers you looked up to?
To start out with, it was really, I wouldn't even be listening to drummers specifically. I'd love to just play along with songs on my headphones. So it would be just any songs I loved. And I think that's really because I do a lot of, producing and stuff now, not just drumming, but I think about things from a musical perspective. And I think that's definitely how it was back then was, I would just put on my favorite songs and play along to them. And that was like, 8675309. And I would listen to Rush, and I would listen to, Cheap Trick and Van Halen and all those bands, and I'd play along. And then, once I got older and I started really discovering that you could listen to full albums, then I started really appreciating drummers and, drummers like Ronnie Vannucci from The Killers, like we were talking about in the bonus material. And then, of course, Van Halen and also Neil Peart was a huge early drumming influence on me.
Yeah, he was great.
So pretty much you're self-taught, just listening to this classic rock. You kind of, I'm just going to play along with this song. You kind of taught yourself?
Yeah, I think I had like a real knack from it from the very start. And then at some point I got a drum instructor and he sort of helped me take it from just the feeling part to developing a little bit of technicality behind it. And but eventually I got out of that and I was back to self-taught. So it's really a feel first sort of passion for me.
What do you love about drumming?
I love drumming specifically because you have so much control over the feel of any given song. And in the context of a normal song, but also in the context of if you're just jamming.
Yeah.
If you're just playing, you have the most power to take the train off the rails or take it in a completely new direction that, other people wouldn't have thought of before. So I love having that responsibility, to be honest with you. And when it's going really well, you feel a lot of
Energy control, almost.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, I was a bass player. I played in like 4 or 5 different bands, and the drummer really makes the song either easier or harder to play along with. If you got a great drummer, it makes the song so easy. It's like, I'm right with them, boom, 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 and if you've got a shitty drummer, it's like, wait, where are we? What's going on? So
the drummer is the backbone of any band, really, when you think about it.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, drums and bass. And
yeah. All right, so were you in any bands before Lunde? Like, just when you're learning the drums, like, let's put a band together, I want to be in a band, or?
My first official band, well, I always really wanted to be in a band, but nobody my age was really maybe on the same wavelength about taking sort of anything seriously. So I think about 7th grade is when I really got some friends together and we wanted to do something. Shout out to Kyle Gogan and John Rasmussen, my 2 best friends from middle school. We started a band called Neighborhood Watch.
Cool.
And we just played classic rock covers and stuff. And I think we played like 3 shows maybe or something. We played a show at Mahone Middle School.
Oh, wow.
Twice. And
standing ovation?
Yep, standing ovation, of course. We got some kids moshing and stuff.
What were some of the songs you played?
We're very happy. We played a song by the Refreshments, Down Together. I think we played maybe Tom Sawyer or something. And then what else did we do? Yeah, just some random covers.
Cool.
I think only classic rock, really.
Yeah.
But and then sort of in high school was when I started to meet people who were taking it a little more seriously. And so with one of my friends, Kate Kozak at the time, we did a band called Green Acres, which we put out 1 song. And then that transitioned into meeting one of my best friends now, Josh Janiak, who's in Lunde. And we started a band with who was the lead singer of the Spirit Shakers. I don't know if you guys heard from Kenosha. It was called Butte. And so for about maybe, I don't know, a year and a half or so, we were writing music and we played 1 show at the Creative Space and then we broke up. But it was an awesome show. And it was super successful. I think it was the highest turnout they had at the Creative Space.
Nice.
So I was super excited about that. And then sort of off and on at that time, my cousin Nate, who's the lead singer of Lunde, he had all these songs. And Nate and I, had sort of crossed paths when we were younger, but really then was when I discovered that his songs, he was actually taking them seriously. He was writing good songs. And so we started working on stuff, and that sort of over time became Lunde.
Okay. We'll get into a little more of that in a little bit. So we usually ask all of our guests, what's your first job, this and this and this. But you've never really had a job. So what have you been doing? You've been more of an entrepreneur, more like a self-made kind of person.
Yeah.
So what else have you been doing besides the music things?
So for a while I've been into doing video stuff. So I do a lot of freelance video things. I have some really good friends who are doing great things in the area. So whenever whenever I'm lucky enough to be able to go out in something with them, or they hire me to go do something, that's always really great. And then also for the band, but also for other things, I do live sound and also production, recording and mixing. I've recorded and mixed and produced all our albums. So whenever I get the opportunity to go out and do sound for somebody or record somebody, if there's a project I'm really interested in, that's always great. And it's not always high-paying stuff, but
you like it. It fills your soul.
It does. It fills my soul, and the stuff we're making is really good. So at the end of the day,
and it gets your creative juices flowing
exactly,
as well.
and that translates to all the other projects I do.
I love that.
I just love to be creative in general.
Hey, who doesn't, right?
Yeah. I think with that, we'll take our first break. We'll be right back with more with Jeremiah Lunde and Abby Bloxdorf of Lunde. Hey, Donnie, you thirsty?
Yeah!
Well, get on down to Luigi's Grandview, 6929 39th Avenue, and grab yourself a cold drink and some good conversation.
This family-owned bar will serve you up some great memories.
Follow them on Facebook for their great upcoming specials and events.
That's Luigi's Grandview, 6929 39th Avenue. Cheers!
I'll meet you there. Frank's Diner, 508 58th Street, has been a Kenosha icon since 1926.
This classic establishment offers up sassy service with scrumptious breakfast and lunches.
Can you take on the garbage plate?
I don't know, but stop in at Frank's, open 7 days a week in downtown Kenosha. And we're back from that break.
Yes, it was a break.
And we're here with Jeremiah and Abby from the band Lunde. So let's kind of get to know how you guys met. Tell us the story.
Now, Abby, you're also born and raised in Kenosha.
Yep, yeah, born and raised, lived here my whole life. Okay. I love Kenosha, passionate about it. But I was in a band with one of the current Lunde guitarists.
What did you play?
I played bass.
Oh, okay.
So we were in a local band for a little while, and then so we kind of.
How'd you get started playing bass?
I was into music for a while, and then I played violin in school, orchestra, and then I was just getting more into music and transitioned into bass, be in a band. Yeah. So it was a fun time.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what was the name of the band you were in?
It was Prophets in the Mirror.
Oh, did you ever see them, Jeremiah?
I didn't see them live, but I was around when they were around.
Oh, okay.
The first time I met them was we didn't really meet each other till COVID, and I didn't even know that there were other cool bands in Kenosha, or like anything cool going on in the music scene.
Right.
So when I saw their band, I was like, oh, they got a chick bass player. First of all, that's awesome. Power to women. And then, also they were just like a cool indie band, and that was like great to see stuff like that happening in Kenosha. So that's how we got connected there.
Yeah, it was especially it was only maybe 2-3 years ago that we met Lunde, but the scene even in that short time was even smaller, so you kind of all knew each other. So yeah, I met the band, we just all kind of became mutual friends. And then eventually my old band fizzled out, and my guitarist joined Lunde at some point.
Why didn't you?
Well, Josh is amazing. We love Josh. I'm not going to take his spot.
Not yet.
No, I love Josh. He's a good friend. But yeah, and then kind of got reconnected, and so now I've been doing live sound for them, and recently in the past few months we've been doing lighting. We made a rig, and so that's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed doing live lighting, and then later we'll talk about the festival, but I'm mainly involved with the Rock and Roll Circus.
Okay, cool.
All right, so let's get to know Lunde. When did you guys become a band? How did you guys all get together?
So my cousin and I were on a vacation. He's my cousin, lead singer, Nate Urick. And just randomly, he was showing me some like garage band demos he had made on his phone. And I always knew that he was into the Beatles, and we were both into the Beatles, but he was a lot older than me growing up. So we never really crossed paths too much. until this trip that we happened to be both in Mexico. And he showed me some of these demos, and I realized that, these songs are actually really great. And at the time, I wasn't working on anything, and I just thought, well, this is perfect. Nate can come to my house, we'll start recording, and I'll get some experience just mixing and all that stuff. 'Cause I was really just hungry to do something, and I didn't have a lot of connections at that time. I think I was, 15 or something, 16. So, that's how it started. And then, we kind of did stuff off and on for a while. And then probably around sometime in 2020, it got a little more serious. And then we started recording the first album. And then we started, our friends
Doing
started
jams,
coming around.
jam
and
sessions.
We started jamming and, just sort of pulling people together, the right place at the right time. Things just sort of started to happen. And that's how Lunde came about.
And who's the rest of your band? Who else do you have?
Yeah, let's give them a shout.
Sure,
out.
yeah. So Josh Janiak on the bass guitar, a ripper bass player. Logan Haller plays keys, vocals, and also guitar. And then we got Nate Urich, who is the frontman of the band. And then we got Evan Steidman, who plays lead guitar.
Oh, cool. Nice 5-piece then, huh?
So how would you describe your sound? Say nobody's ever listened to Lunde. How would you describe that sound to somebody?
Sure. I think it's to me, and of course I have a little biased perspective, but to me it feels like sort of a singer-songwriter band with sort of like a rock and roll edge to it. So there's like some Bob Dylan aspects, so maybe like America and Beach Boys and some other stuff, but there's also some heavier sounds. There's some rock guitars, there's some organ now that Logan joined the band.
Cool.
So I guess it's like a little bit of a classic rock sound, but I wouldn't say we're contained to that.
Yeah, I think you guys kind of take that more new rock sound. They have more elements of the classic in there, so it's kind of
you
like,
have a nice blend to it.
You have like
sure.
the pumpy guitars and like the little crunches to it, but it also has this like other kind of like the classic sound.
Exactly.
And I think that's a good little mix you got going there.
So then your first album came out in 2020, Living Strange, correct? Yeah. Walk me through that. How did that all
2020,
evolve?
so that's COVID.
Right.
So you guys couldn't play out or anything. What was going on?
Well, that was really before we started doing anything seriously. I mean, like...
Did you guys play any live shows before you had
We
the
played
album?
one live show
Oh, okay.
at shout out to Bloomin' Bands.
At the Moose.
Yeah, at the Moose. Yeah, we played one show. My neighbor Bill, who's just a great guy, is from the band Trip. He was nice enough at the time. We were pretty bad back then, but he gave us a daytime slot. So we played one show then, but around 2020 was when we started working on the album, and we were working on it before COVID, but then we continued on through COVID because it was mainly just me and Nate working on it, and then of course Kyle, who is plays lead guitar on some stuff, and he's not with us in the band anymore, and then also Josh came at certain times, but it was really just sort of like, it was fun. We had nothing else going on, and it was just more about how can we make this album sound the best it can.
Yeah,
and
we're making an album. Let's do it.
Exactly. We weren't thinking about anything else. We didn't have shows lined up. We weren't thinking about promoting it, anything. We were just thinking, how can we make this album? Which is, I guess, something we haven't experienced yet since then, because it's just been go, go, go since then. But yeah, so we just would, once a week or something. Nate was still living in Whitewater. He's actually not from Kenosha. He's from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, which a lot of my family's from. So he would make the trip an hour or whatever down from Whitewater and stay the weekend, and we would just work from 10 to maybe 1 in the morning, just plodding away. And we really didn't know anything what we were doing. When we walked into it, we just sort of, by the end of the album, we had figured out how to record an album, and there was a lot of we would record a song 3 times, 4 times until we figured out how to
put
do
it
it
together,
how to make the sounds, how to get a good guitar tone, all that stuff.
That's kind of how we did this. We just did it, and then
we still don't know
problems
what
on the
we're
way.
doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So then, what input comes from you and the other band members?
Well, the band's named after you,
right?
So what came up with the band name? Do you have any problems with the other guys with the name?
Well, Nate was the one who wanted to name the band Lunde.
Okay.
And his last name isn't Lunde, but it's a family name.
All right.
So I thought it was weird. I didn't really think it sounded good. I thought we should have something, what if our band sounded like Black Sabbath or like Van Halen or something like Lunde doesn't have that sound to me. Yeah. But, like always, when Nate really puts his fist down, and he doesn't often, I'm like, okay, well, it almost always ends up being something that I probably should have listened to. It's the same thing with the name of the album. I hate the song People Are Strange by The Doors. Hopefully that doesn't offend
Worst
anyone
song
out there.
ever. The Doors are so boring.
But he was like, no, we have to name it that. And it ended up being the perfect name for that album at the time.
What were some of the other names you guys tossed around?
It's not People Are Strange is the name of your album, is it?
No,
it's
Living Strange, but it's kind of similar.
But the Strange was what reminded me.
Yeah, okay.
I think I wanted to make it a self-titled, like Lunde. It'll be a big bold statement. Our first album, whatever. He didn't like that. I think maybe Deja Vu was a title.
Krasvu Still Nash.
Krasvu Still Nash also has an album called that. I don't know what they.
Did you have any other band names that you guys were kicking around?
Band names? Not really.
No, they was just like he made the call. We're gonna go with it.
Yeah, I had no choice.
So you guys are so pretty young, but you guys have made quite a big splash in Kenosha. Are there any? Who can you give like shouts to? Who's like giving you that hand, that leg up that that people need to kind of succeed?
Definitely Katie Shira was one of the first people to support us. She supported us through Butte. She was one of my teachers at Indian Trail. And she gave us a place to practice, a literal space.
Oh, cool.
And she sort of helped us grow. Francisco Loyola from the Kenosha Creative Space. Our parents, my parents specifically, for letting us do all our crazy hours in the basement. And, other people, Tyler Cochran, Zach Ripko. There's just a lot of people, and there's no way we would have been able
somebody.
to. I'm definitely going to forget somebody, but there has been a ton of support, and that's the only reason we've been able to get where we are. So
you mentioned Francisco down at the Creative Space. How did you get involved with him down there?
Yeah, I think it was actually through one of my old teachers, Katie Shira. She had a sort of a storefront space downtown where she just was doing art and stuff, and she sort of started to see things going on at the Creative Space, and this was when they first opened. And so she talked to Francisco. She said, listen, I got this kid. He's crazy talented. He's about to go apply at Culver's. Can you save him? And so Francisco said, okay, well, bring him by. And he introduced me to one of my good friends now, Zach Ripko, who is a videographer, and he kind of got me connected with that scene. And Francisco is just sort of like a hub he's got his hand on the pulse in Kenosha.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
he knows everybody knows him, and that was like a really important thing to getting me involved with all these different areas.
And then you guys Lunde played a rooftop show at the Kenosha Creative Space, correct?
Yeah, that was one of our first shows out, and we wanted to do it.
What a way to do one of your first shows out.
Well, I am always thinking about how can we promote the band, how can we promote what we do and get people to listen. So the rooftop show was something I've always wanted to do, and even before COVID I wanted to do it, but it just happened at that time that Francis was like, okay, go do it now. So we got the seagulls off the roof, although that was a threat, and we just decided we're going to do this. This is what we want to do. We filmed it, we put it on YouTube, and people responded to it. They loved it.
Yeah, that's great.
Now, did you announce that you were doing that show beforehand, or was it kind of a surprise?
No, we just pretty much went up and did it.
Okay, that's it's like a tribute to the Beatles.
Yeah, and we'll never ever do it again.
No, never.
How was bringing the equipment up there?
It was terrible. Yeah, we were up there at 5 a.m. We had a scissor lift, and we were bringing up PA and camera gear and mics and all the stuff. So.
There was like a crack in between the lift and the building, so you had to lift the amps over the crack.
Yikes.
So you were there, Abby?
Yeah, I was there just watching, but but I guess it would be on the roof.
Were you a little scared being up on the roof playing, or once you were up there, you're like, okay, we're doing this?
Francisco was terrified though, because he didn't think the roof was going to be able to support our weight.
Oh no!
And I was like, hey, it's fine. Just get the stuff up there.
Well, I'm sure he was insured, right? So nothing to worry about, right?
I'm sure insurance covers rooftop performances. Yeah.
So you played this rooftop show. How long did you play? How many songs did you do up there?
I don't know. I don't even remember. It's so long ago. I think maybe like 5 songs or something.
Yeah. So
we played Get Back twice, I think.
Oh, okay.
A lot longer because the power went out.
Yes.
Oh,
the power went out. And I did a drum solo till it came back on.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. We played some of the stuff from the original rooftop performance. Of course, that was like something I didn't mention earlier. That was really one of the things that I was super excited about when I was a kid, was watching the footage, Don't Let Me Down, and Get Back from the rooftop performance on YouTube and other sources online.
Yeah.
So I've always just wanted to do that. I was like, nobody's recreated this in a way that I'm satisfied with, because it's always like the Beatles at that time were in their 20s, in any cover bands you have of Beatles nowadays, most of them are old.
Right.
And no offense to any old people cover bands out there, but, if you want to do it right like I wanted to do it, you needed to have that young spirit like the Beatles did when they were the Beatles.
Right.
So I thought, hey, we'll do this one time and we won't repeat it, and it'll be just that, and it'll get our name out there, and it did.
Yep, it worked. It worked very well for you guys.
You did it in March, right? Mm-hmm. That was kind of a ballsy move to do it that time of the year.
It could have gone either way.
Yeah. You kind of lucked out on the weather that day.
Yeah, we did.
Cool.
So what is your favorite song to perform live?
We have a song called Bill's Blues. That song is super fun because there's a drum solo in the middle, and for that moment I pretty much have complete control over the audience, and it's always a turning point in our set. So usually by the time my drum solo's over, the audience has won over and they're staying for the rest of the set. So that's always a really fun
All right,
song to
I
play.
like that. So let's go back to how you guys create the music. Does everybody put in lyrics and guitar licks, or is it you just do the drums, the singer does the lyrics? How does that work in the band Lunde?
I think we have a very collaborative group. Not everybody contributes lyrically, but definitely everybody contributes in different ways.
Okay.
Nate, for a while, was writing a lot of the lyrics, but now Evan and Logan are also, putting in a lot of great songs. But yeah, somebody will come up with a song, and usually the song is done pretty much, and they go, here's a song I can play it acoustic, and then we figure out how to
Place it.
how to,
Your parts and just kind of put it together.
Exactly, and that's kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, why I feel like we're sort of a singer-songwriter driven band, is because a lot of our stuff starts on acoustic guitar, and then
It
goes
blossoms from there. So Jeremiah, have you written any songs for Lunde?
Yeah, I think I wrote the Rock and Roll Circus song
Oh,
that
nice.
we put out.
That's the
And,
current single out there.
Yeah, our newest single. I think I've written things here and there, but I really just like to be in a supportive role. I like to hear what everybody else is doing and figure out how I can get it from point A to point B,
like
something
that.
that we can all enjoy. So,
Abby.
Yeah.
In addition to being involved, like some with the band, you also are involved with the organizations and some of the festivals. How'd you get involved with that?
So with the Rock and Roll Circus, Jeremiah, I remember him mentioning an idea for a festival like a year ago in the summer. And then in December, we revisited it, and he was like, let's do it. And it just became a much bigger thing than...
Have you done anything like that before?
Not like this. This
Okay.
is on a whole nother magnitude. It's, we're bringing in like touring bands from all across the country. So things like talking to agents, and like it's just been a lot of work. So it's something new, but it's been great and something we're really proud of, and the work feels good.
Yeah. Now, when is this Rock and Roll Circus coming to town?
Yeah, it's on August 20th. So
Okay.
it's a Saturday, one day. It's going to be fully jam-packed. So it'll be noon to 11 p.m.
And that's down at the Kenosha Creative Space, so kind of like a block party. Streets are going to be shut
between
down.
6th and 7th Ave.
So 624 57th Street is where the Creative Space
You'll see
is
the
located.
crowd.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You won't miss it.
57th Street will be shut down, that block of it. So we'll have all that. And the stage will be in the road.
So what can we expect from this huge festival?
Well, we have a lot of great bands booked, and it's Kenosha's first, to my knowledge, all original music festival. So all the bands that we have during the day, they all have their own music, and a lot of them are, indie bands. And we booked at least 4 or 5 national touring acts to come and play the festival from Milwaukee and Chicago and all across the country.
Oh, very nice.
And we're super excited. It's something that I haven't seen in Kenosha yet. And we have a lot of things. We have a lot of great opportunities for live music in Kenosha on many different scales. You have your bar bands, you have your startup indie bands. They have their own scene, and you have the Tribute Island and the PB and Jam. But we don't have a place where you can see
original
an original live band like you would go see if you went to Milwaukee or Chicago.
Right.
And we were just talking in the Patreon little bit we did before about, would you rather go to Milwaukee or Chicago? I'd rather stay here and see the Killers.
There you go.
I think they should be coming here.
I think they should be playing this festival.
Exactly,
Yes.
and that's exactly
Next
what we're
year.
doing next year.
Also, this will be it's already coming back. Here
Well,
too?
we'll see.
Okay.
There's no definite plans, but we hope it goes well, and we hope people will want it to come back.
So
Yeah.
give a shout out to the bands. Who you got playing there?
So we got, let me
We have a
just...
poster here. We have the Omais. They're-
Show everybody the poster.
Yeah, everybody at home see that? Isn't it beautiful? You can tell the graphic design is great.
It does. It looks sharp though.
Yeah, we have our headliner is the Omais. They're like a soul R&B group from Chicago. They've done a lot of collaborations with Chance the Rapper. They're really like a fabulous
Awesome.
group. Yeah, really excited to have them. And then another one is Deeper. They're kind of like an indie post-punk band. They've really been on the rise this year. I actually saw them last September in Milwaukee at Collectivo Backroom, and they do a great show.
It's a great venue.
Yeah, and then also one of the artists we're really excited about is Gold, and that's Gold with 2 of every letter.
Yeah.
I was wondering how that was pronounced.
Yeah, Gold. It's just Gold.
Okay. All right. Easy.
But yeah, they're from Milwaukee,
Yeah.
and they have this like great. I guess you call it pop. It's just it's like
pop?
electro pop sort of thing. So we have like a lot of diversity on our lineup, but we're really excited about them. They have like just a great live show, a lot of energy, and they're very like their outfits are great. And
Yeah, female front woman, and she's just awesome. They have a really fun live show, and from Milwaukee, but they've tour everywhere. They have a good live video from Turner Hall from a couple years ago.
I think they're playing there again pretty soon before our festival. And then we have another one of our favorites on this bill is this band called Rookie,
I thought you were going to say Lund.
well, of course.
Well, there's this band called Rookie, and they're from Chicago, and they've played with a lot of bigger people, but they're still sort of unknown, which is such a shame because these guys are so good. They have this like killer classic rock sound. It's still got a lot of like indie to it, a lot of like youth to it, but the keyboardist has one of those Hammond organs with the Leslie that he brings with. It's the coolest thing.
Cool.
Yeah, super. That's like a personal favorite. I'm excited for, and if anyone listening's really into rock, like that's a band you'd want to see.
Yeah, if you look up their Audio Tree live session, it's amazing.
Yeah,
and then,
but they're young, so it's cool. They got a lot of energy.
Yeah, and of course, Lund's playing. Claudio Perone Jr., CJ, as some people in Kenosha may know. Kenosha native. His dad owned the Claws Billiards place over there.
Oh, yeah.
And he's out in LA now, but he's flying back just to play this. So we're super pumped. Also, Joey Blotti and the Change Machine, who is a former member of, if anybody knows the Bugs, used to be the biggest Beatles cover band in Kenosha, but he's got his own music, and it's really great.
Okay.
And then, of course, we have Sunsilo and Marble Teeth. Sunsilo is a Kenosha band. One of the members is also from Violet Wilder, who I'm sure some people have seen.
Yes.
They're amazing
Yeah, they
musicians.
really are.
Yeah.
They're great.
And then Marble Teeth is another band. They're from Illinois, but they're making the trip up just for the
Awesome.
fest, so.
What a lineup.
So that's a long day. You get some professional bands coming in here. So, I mean, this can't be free. It has to have some kind of admission charge, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what's that? What's that?
So if you get your tickets now online, it's $20 for. So we have 9 bands, the full day, full production, and they'll go up like at the door. So it's better to get them online now.
Get the early bird special.
Early
right?
bird pre-sale.
Cool.
And where can they get those tickets at?
At rockandrollcircus.us, and that's rock and then the letter N. Roll.
We'll have a link right down there in the show notes.
Or if you just really look up like Rock and Roll Circus,
Kenosha.
America's Rock and Roll Circus, whatever on
Yeah.
Google.
Yeah.
And we're on Facebook, Instagram.
That's what people are going to do anyway. Let's just shout it out.
Yeah.
And that's August 20th
Yep.
at the Kenosha Creative Space.
So with this many bands, are you worried you have too much time to switch bands over? Because whenever I go to like a big show like that, I'm worried because after the band, one band stops and they have to tear down equipment, something like that, and wait for another band to set up. I'm like, I'm bored now. I'm leaving or something. So are you doing any ways to conquer that and keep the show going throughout the day?
Our turnover time is pretty quick, but the bands are mostly playing shorter sets, like 30 to 40 minute sets, which is something you could expect from going to like something like Lollapalooza or any of the real original music festivals across the country, and that's sort of what we're modeling this after, rather than a local thing where, the band plays for 3 hours. We want to give everybody a taste of, a lot of diversity in one day.
Yeah.
So we're booking a lot of bands, and they all have their showcase, and it's gonna be great.
Cool.
Yeah, and then we'll have food and different vendors. So there'll be a lot going on in between the sets, and it's all scheduled out to an exact time. So keeping things on the road.
I'm excited for this. I can't wait. August 20th, I'll be there.
All right, great.
Be rocking out.
Yes.
So look out for
Do you have
me.
room for any other vendors?
Yes, we do.
Let's talk after.
Yeah, or if anyone listening is interested, you can even submit a vendor form on our website, just under vendors. We're still.
And are you still looking for sponsors as well?
are.
Yes.
I see that on the website as well, so
Yes,
people can go to that
definitely.
website, and if they want to sponsor an event, they can do that.
Yeah.
Any local businesses, even if it's just a little bit of extra cash, we'll take it. The first year is always the hardest to get on our feet, and we want to make this festival even bigger and make something big for Kenosha, because Kenosha can handle it.
Okay, say you make enough money at the door with ticket sales and everything and vendors fees and all that you pay the bands, you're in the red or the good one,
Green.
whatever the good one
Black.
is. You're in the good one. What are you gonna do with these proceeds then? Are they just gonna, you guys go party or?
Do they go to the Kenosha Creative Space or?
Well,
Yeah.
I was giving that. I was pitching that to them.
I always got to ask
You have to-
Francisco.
You have to scoop in and pee on their tree.
Yeah, so we're donating all the proceeds to the Kenosha Creative Space for this
Cool.
year, and that's really important to us because, as I was telling you guys, they helped me grow into what I become, and our prominence in the community. So they're helping tons of other artists and creatives and entrepreneurs.
Yep.
So we want to support them by,
I mean, a feel-good story about the Kenosha Creative Space is just kind of Sam from Blue House Books.
Yeah.
She started in there, and then she's moved. She's bigger and better than ever. Creative Space gives a lot of people their start in music, storefronts, art, like Katie Wallner. She's got her own art van now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great place.
Yeah, I love the space. I'm so thankful for it and really happy for it. It's just doing so many good things for so many people. And Francisco is wonderful. He always has the best advice. He's like everyone's uncle, and he's just any idea I have or any of us have, they're like, all right, let's see how we can do it. It's just very encouraging and, very positive.
Good.
So we, of course, want to support it as much as we can.
For sure.
All right, so Jeremiah, Lunde's playing the Rock and Roll Circus, but do you have any other shows lined up?
None that are announced yet, but
Break the news. Break it
we're
here.
working on some stuff. We're also going to be working on some new music, possibly putting out a new album, a lot of other exciting things.
And you can find all that music on Apple, Spotify,
Yep.
YouTube. It's all there.
and our website, theofficiallund.com.
Now, you're pretty young, so I got to ask, do you have any physical copies of your music?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have vinyl.
Not
That's
vinyl yet?
really expensive.
Yeah.
But you did.
Well,
Sold
we
out.
have some vinyl, but
Oh,
it's-
really? How do I
it's-
get my hands on that?
It doesn't sound great. It's long story short, it wasn't pressed very well.
Oh,
so
bummer.
they're like single pressings.
Yeah.
But we have some CDs and
CDs,
stuff
okay.
because some people have older cars with CD players, and that's awesome.
I have
So you
both of
should have
mine, so
CD.
yeah.
And they're cheap. I mean, one of our CDs sticking around is like $5.
Hey.
The other one is $10. So we always have them at the merch table or on our website. So pick them up.
And T-shirts. Yeah, it's all on the website and every
Yeah.
show.
Awesome. Yeah, support the bands. Buy a CD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that hard.
Do it. All right, with that, let's take our second break, and we'll be back with some Kenosha Connects.
Sarah and her staff at Wink Beauty Boutique offer great services to make you feel and look your absolute best.
Wink is located at 10909 Sheridan Road, above the Village Supper Club, and they provide lash treatments, body wax, facials, and more.
Hey guys, Sarah has some great gift certificates which will make your lady quiver with excitement.
That's Wink Beauty Boutique, 10909 Sheridan Road.
Hey you, if you're in the market to sell or buy a home, make your next move with Next Home Refined.
This local real estate brokerage specializes in humans over houses, focusing on the main part of the real estate transaction, the people.
Contact Minnie Samuel at 262-960-0468 or Minnie's, MINIS.smarthomeprice.com to start your real estate adventure.
That's Next Home Refined. Are you suffering from pain, migraines, PTSD, anxiety, grief, or stress?
Visit Laura Cox of AccuWell Integrative Health, 3917 47th Avenue, for excellent care in the form of natural, functional, and traditional Chinese medicine.
Visit AccuWellWI.com so you can live well, choose well, and be well. And we're back from that break, and now it's time for the Kenosha Connect, and it's brought to you by the Downtowner Saloon.
That's right, Donnie. Mosey on down to the Downtowner Saloon. They're at 707 56th Street for mouth-watering Southwestern foods, including their amazing brisket, the flavorful original rubs, and the greatest smoked meats in town.
Wow.
You can enjoy a meal or just stop in for one of their delicious specialty drinks. Which one do you like, Donnie?
I love the mojito.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I like the mule, the Moscow mule.
Yeah, that's good there, too.
You can see more at downtownersaloonkenosha.com. That's the Downtowner Saloon, 707 56th Street.
Yee-hoo! All right, Jeremiah. Abby, you ready for the Kenosha Connects?
Ready.
All right. What was the last great meal you had in Kenosha?
Asian Taste.
Where is that? Is that out in Kenosha?
Yeah, it's by Target.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Twisted Cuisine.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
nice
I hadn't
choice.
gone in a while, and it was great.
Yeah, the Twisted Cuisine is fantastic.
Yeah.
Rod and Erica, past guests on the
Yes,
K-Pop Connect.
it was
show.
one crazy
That was a-
episode.
Yeah.
we-
I love what they're doing there.
Yeah, it's so good.
you should go back and listen to that one. That's
Okay, all right, I will.
Had a good time. Where in Kenosha would you recommend someone go for their first date?
Oh, hold on. Where did you guys go on your first date?
Uh-oh, this is where the fight
It's hard
starts.
to say.
This is where the fight
Wow.
starts.
This isn't good.
You had
Well,
some.
it's hard to say.
Was it El Serape?
Sure, yeah.
Let's go with El Serape.
All right, all right.
It gets blurry. But I'd recommend. Well, Sassy B is good. Depending on
Depending
your
on
budget.
your
budget.
price range.
Yeah,
You could go. Also, I mean, I just love Villa de Carlo.
yeah. That's what I was
The
gonna
atmosphere
say.
in there is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody, but I like it.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, classic Kenosha. I love it.
All right. What's your favorite Kenosha event? You can't say the Rock and Roll Circus. Come on.
There's a lot of.
I mean, you're
events
kind
in
of young.
Kenosha.
You haven't been out to many events yet. You're kind
I love Taste of Wisconsin.
There you
That's
go.
just a
That's the last
nostalgia
year.
thing for me.
of, yeah. Unless some new young
Oh,
people
yeah.
take it over.
Oh, somebody
and,
might be doing that.
You know, just dropping
Is
that
it
out
you
there.
guys?
No. I'm saying it should be you guys.
Okay.
But
I
somebody,
said, I
no,
said,
we said
I
young
said young. I said
Yeah.
young.
somebody's already taken it over. I got the scoop. I'll
it
tell you
Frank
off the air.
Carmichael?
No, close, but no.
Okay.
No. All right. What was your favorite event?
Taste of Wisconsin's
Okay.
fun. Or do you remember when all those tall ships used to come
Yes.
in?
Yeah,
Was
they still
that
do.
Was that Tall Ships Festival?
Oh, the
or-
Tall Ships Festival. Yeah.
that was a
what it
couple
was?
years ago. That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think of the
that-
Red Witch that still comes around.
Yeah, I know that's still there, but I remember as a kid, there like all the ships,
Yeah.
and then there'd be like inflatables and stuff. That was fun.
They've done it like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Every couple of years.
That's a
they've been
fun
doing it.
little
Yeah.
event.
Who is your favorite famous Kenoshan?
I mean, Orson Welles is cool, but I heard he doesn't like Kenosha.
Well, it's not that he doesn't like it, it's that he lived here until he was like 3 years old or something
Okay.
and moved away, so he doesn't really have
Yeah.
any
He doesn't have any
opinion.
connection.
Yeah, so I don't like when people, I mean, no offense to you, but
Yeah.
I'm like, Orson Welles is not really a Kenosha.
Yeah, right. If he was
Marco
only here
Ruffalo's
till
a
3.
little bit better.
Well,
That's
Marco was a lot better,
classic.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably a classic answer.
Yeah.
People are-
I
get that
guess for a more a newer answer would be the guys. 2 of the guys from the Walters are from Kenosha.
Oh, yes. Yes.
one
They're a
of the
big
new
band.
bands
You guys should have
breaking
done
out.
that this show. Rock
Yeah,
and Roll Circus.
we're trying. If
Yeah.
you're hearing this, any of the
Luke,
Olsons,
MJ, please.
we're waiting on you.
You got room
guys.
for one more on there, right?
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. If they can hit us
Maybe
up.
next year, right?
Yeah.
You know. All right. Favorite local place to see a band?
I mean, I love the creative space because it's kind
Me
of
too.
a blank canvas. Like, we did a show in December. It was like almost like a Christmas show, and instead we like cleared out the whole room and put Lunde in the middle so people could stand on
cool.
all the sides.
like
and
that.
then
I like that.
I did like the set design, and we like hanged curtain lights, like Christmas lights that hang down, and just like
awesome.
Christmas lights everywhere instead of like traditional lighting. It was very like a cozy feel.
Oh wow, that sounds neat.
So I like the space a lot.
Yeah, I guess I would say it depends on the artist.
Yeah.
Because some artists work really well in certain spaces. I saw one of the artists on here, CJ Claudio Perone Jr. I had a great experience with him at Fusion. He did like an acoustic thing at Fusion, and that was great.
Yeah, Fusion could be great to
Yeah.
see something like that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, especially the acoustic stuff.
You get a real band. Yeah, you get a real band in there. It's so loud. That Fusion.
Yeah, it's a little
That's the
small.
rough part. Yeah,
a little small, but yeah.
Like an acoustic act or a duo or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, it works great
Exactly.
in there. All right. What is your favorite pizza place in Kenosha?
I
We have the
really
same
like. I really like Vallejo's. I don't get them all the time. I don't know if they still have that Monday special, but then that's a good deal. But I like Vallejo's.
I like Villa de Carlo
Yeah.
before I eat it, and then I don't like it so much after I've already eaten it.
Oh,
Makes
okay.
my stomach a little rumbly, but
But so good going down,
Yeah,
right?
so worth it.
yeah, it's worth it.
All right, when was the last time you rode the streetcar, or have you ever rode the streetcar?
Forever ago.
Well, but you did it, so.
I did.
Yeah.
That would be a nice date for you guys.
I think I wrote it a couple years ago. I feel like me and some friends are down there like, oh, we gotta go in the trolley again just for it.
Yeah.
You know, it's very exciting, really high speed.
Yeah, isn't it?
They still have the Santa on there. Do you remember when they did that?
At Christmas.
Yeah, that
not,
was-
not in the summertime, but yeah.
Yeah, well, they should be in the summertime.
Right?
I know, yeah. A Santa.
Yeah, you want
during
that job?
the Summer. Yes. Pays well, I'll do
Wanna
anything.
wear the hat and the beard and everything?
No, it'd be a summertime Santa.
Oh, okay.
You know, shorts, trim
Hawaiian shirt.
beard. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I would definitely ride the streetcar every
Yes.
time.
Free rides
Yes.
wherever.
Yeah.
Just gotta dress up.
That's all.
All right. Where can I get the best burrito in Kenosha? Or tacos. It's kind of the same thing.
Oh, I like Los Compadres a lot.
Okay.
Like their steak tacos. Yeah, everything there is good. And then I like El Serape too. It's just a little different vibe.
Yeah, I did it on the.
All right, cool.
All right. What now closed Kenosha business do you wish you could see brought back?
Mike's Chicken and Donuts.
Oh.
I don't know. I guess this counts. The Kenosha Theater. Of
Oh, there
course.
you go.
Have you guys ever been in there?
Oh,
I
yeah.
have, yeah.
They filmed a music video there
Oh,
for
very-
Halloween
yeah.
Blues.
Halloween
and
Blues, yeah.
That was my first time in there. I was doing the makeup because we had like this Halloween makeup, and I was blown away. I couldn't believe that was in Kenosha.
I
It
know,
seemed like
I
a
know.
theater that would be in Chicago.
I
And
wish Jeff would just get that open again.
It
would
needs
just
a
be
lot of work.
Yeah.
We need some big donor.
Yeah. Well, he's been trying for, 30 years now?
Even if
Yeah.
they just got the roof fixed and set up just for punk and rock shows and
Yeah.
stuff. It doesn't need to be pretty,
Yeah.
just have it
Yeah.
something like a venue.
Clean up those
Yeah.
dead bats on the ground.
Yeah, it'd be such a cool concert venue. That's the dream for sure.
Yeah, I went in there about 10 years ago or so, and I assume it probably looks the same.
Yeah, I mean they have in the building connected. They have a studio. They have a broadcast space or something in there.
Okay.
Do some different things. Yeah, I would love to see that place open, and maybe that'll be one of my future projects. Or
There you
something.
go. I like that.
I
Get that open.
I can
and then
imagine the
Orpheum.
amount of stress that
Yeah.
that would be.
This guy's owned it for years and years, and just
Got to
sits
be
on it.
30, 40 years.
Yeah,
It's been dead for 50 years, almost. Oh,
Yeah.
over 50 years.
Well,
since the
Frank
60s.
Carmichael sold it to Jeff. So that had to be 40 years ago.
But it's been closed since the 60s.
Right.
right. And yeah, you mentioned the Orpheum, that too, which I know is being worked on.
Yeah,
so
I hear
I'm-
there's some.
Is it?
some in
I
the
really
works there.
hope that works out someday.
I would love that too, but
Yeah, we got a tour of it.
months ago.
Still needs work. Yeah.
it's a storage unit right now.
Yeah.
There's piles of tires in there, and just, it looks rough. They put new carpeting and stuff in the lobby and painted it,
Looks
and now
great.
it's just filled with crap. It's,
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that I'm hoping that the Rock and Roll Circus is going to help us push some of that stuff forward. Because
Yeah.
one of the problems right now, I think, is there's no real demand for that
Right.
in town. We want to sort of create a demand for that, if that makes sense. Once we can get the Killers to come here, then we'll need to figure out a place for them to play.
Right.
But let's get them interested first.
Yeah.
Oh, we also, I forgot to add, this is all ages show, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you can bring your kids.
We
Yeah.
only do all ages stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Families
That's where
are
it's at.
welcome too, like especially during the day. Yeah, well, lots of vendors and
Do you serve any alcohol there? Someone
Yeah.
with a drink? So
Yeah.
you can do both? Oh, great.
Yep.
Perfect.
Fun
I'm good.
for
I'm
all.
bringing my kid.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, that was kind of part of why like our lineup is half touring bands and local acts to show bigger bands Kenosha and that this is a place they can play, and then also to lift up our local acts because there's some really talented people here and who maybe don't think that they can go outside of Kenosha or how big that they can be. So we're putting them on the same bill and lots of intermingling.
That's the Rock and Roll Circus on Saturday, August 20th.
Get your tickets now.
Yeah.
Do it. All right, a couple more questions for you. This one's for you.
Okay.
In which Kenosha bar do you think you've spent the most money at?
Not
Oh,
much, honestly.
really?
Well, she's only 22.
Well,
Yeah.
But I remember when I was 22.
I was going out every night.
Yeah. Honestly, the brat stuff's kind of fun with my brother.
Ah, okay.
I don't know. He really likes to throw darts, so
Oh, there you go.
occasionally
Darts and
it's just
some
kind of
drinks,
a
you
funny
know?
place. Cool. So, lots of
Lund
history.
needs to play the
We
Bronx.
have played the Bronx.
Yeah.
We have.
We
Okay.
have.
Friday Ween.
Now that Brat
Friday
stuff has a
week,
rich
okay.
history.
Yes, yes, it does.
Been around
Yeah.
forever, too.
A lot of them big acts used to come
They
in
have,
there.
yeah.
All right, last question here: Big Star or the Spot?
The Spot.
The Spot, unless my pocket's feeling a bit light, and then I'll go to Big Star.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I still
Yes.
like
I
Big
think
Star.
that's a lot of people's answer.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
with
we
you on
support
that.
both, but I did grow up with the Spot, so.
All right, that was Kenosha Connects, and that was brought to you by the Downtowner Saloon.
That's right, Donnie. And what time is it now?
Oh, it's time for trivia, and trivia is brought to you by Lamakia Travel.
I love Lamakia Travel.
Hey, you got a vacation, go to Lamakia Travel.
Where
They'll
are
book
they
it
at?
for you. They're located at 1855th Street, and they've been serving Kenosha for over 90 years.
Wow,
Can
that's
you
a long
believe that?
time.
That is a long time.
That's older than you.
Barely. And with Lamakia's rich history, you can expect the best in customer service and care to ensure that your next vacation will be one to remember for all the best reasons. Visit their website, lamakiatravel.com, and plan your next getaway right now. Do it. Get away. You guys ready for trivia?
I'm ready.
All right,
I'm outta
let's
here.
do this.
I booked my trip. Okay. All right, guys. In March of 2021, your band played a show at the Kenosha Creative Space where you recreated the famous 69 Beatles rooftop concert. We talked about that a little bit earlier. And you even performed some of the classic Beatles tunes. So this week, we're doing one of Donnie's favorite trivia styles, which is music lyrics.
Great.
I'm going to give you the lyrics of a song. You must tell me the name of the song. And these are all Beatles songs. This will be a best of three match, and we'll see who fabulously knows the Fab Four. All right?
You guys ready?
All right.
So it's you two against Donnie.
Let's see.
Okay.
We'll start with you guys. You kind of see how it goes.
Okay.
I asked a girl what she wanted to be, and she said, "Baby, can't you see?"
Drive my car.
You got it. See? Easy enough. 1-0. Donnie?
I'm ready.
Donnie, let this be a sermon. I mean everything I've said. Baby, I'm determined, and I'd rather see you dead.
Norwegian Wood. Drive my car.
No. It's Run for Your Life. My favorite Beatles song, by the way.
Oh, mine too.
Well, you guys are up 1-0. Second question. Father Mackenzie writing the words of a sermon that no one will hear.
Eleanor Rigby.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, say it, Abby.
Eleanor Rigby.
You got it. You got it.
Uh-oh, I got
Donnie, you gotta do
something
it.
here.
Donnie,
I'm ready.
we would sing and dance around because we know we can't be found.
Are you Googling the answers?
No. Dance and sing.
We would sing and dance around because we know we can't be found. Almost sounds like Dr. Seuss.
And he's getting the hard balls.
Strawberry Fields Forever.
Nope, that would be Octopus's Garden. All right, and Lon, let's see if you can get all three here.
Oh boy, you're killing me here.
I think I might have made these a little too easy for you guys.
Yeah, maybe.
Sometimes they give him something. Like one time we gave the mayor his favorite show was MASH. He said that in an interview, so we did MASH trivia, and Donnie smoked him on it. I was like,
Yeah, I don't know how I know so much about the old TV show. MASH.
He's like one of the 3 people he's beaten in like 80 episodes.
I did beat the
It's
mayor.
the mayor.
though. I beat the mayor.
Yeah.
People.
All right. The Ukraine girls really knocked me out. They leave the West behind.
USSR.
I'm sorry, what is it?
Back in the USSR.
There you go. All right.
Oh boy.
Donnie,
well,
let's see if you can get one here.
let's see here.
Took her out and tried to win her. Had a laugh over dinner. Told her I would really like to see her again. I'll give you a hint. It's a girl's name. Combined with an adjective. No.
Michelle.
Lovely Rita.
Oh yes, the lovely Rita.
Donnie, you did horribly.
Damn it! I never even heard of the Beatles.
Who?
Well, Jeremiah and Abby, thank you so much for joining us here on the Ktown Connects podcast. And you can find Lunde's music on Spotify, Apple Music, their website, which is the official Lunde.com.
Find that link right down in our show notes.
Don't forget about the Rock and Roll Circus coming to the Kenosha Creative Space August 20th. You can get the tickets at Rock, that's the letter N, rollcircus.us. Get those tickets now. And look forward to this event. Look forward to new music from you. It's going to be great. I love these young bands coming and just rocking and rolling.
Kids got to do it because we're tired of doing it.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys
both
so
being on
much
the
for
show.
joining us. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
August 20th.
Well, Donnie, we got to thank our sponsors one last time.
Yes, we do.
The Downtowner Saloon,
Union Park Tavern,
CarBox,
Frank's Diner.
Minnie Samuel of Next Home Refined,
I forgot to change this. It is
AccuWell Integrative Health,
Specialty Nacho Queen,
Lucci's Grandview,
La Macchia Travel,
Faded Barbershop for Men,
Wink Beauty Boutique,
The Lettering Machine,
Gerber's Gift Shop.
and of course our home base, Luigi's Pizza Kitchen.
Well, another episode in the bank.
yeah, Donnie,
We
it
had a
was
good
great.
time rocking out with
did.
with Lunde.
We did. It was a great
So
time.
yeah, well, let's end this, huh?
Yeah.